3 hours of debugging a distributed training failure, dozens of log lines, stack traces that led nowhere, then one conversation with an AI assistant, spoken out loud like a colleague, and the root cause surfaced in under 2 minutes. That kind of moment doesn't just sting, it forces a reckoning with how we actually think about problem solving. The classic engineering debug loop: dig through documentation, scroll Stack Overflow, chase down a senior engineer, brute force a solution, isn't just slow. It burns the sharpest hours of your cognitive day on search and retrieval, rather than analysis and judgment. We normalized that friction for so long that most of us never questioned it. But friction isn't discipline, it's just friction. The new workflow isn't about replacing thinking, it's about reorganizing when different kinds of thinking happen. Externalizing a problem immediately, articulating it clearly enough for an AI to engage with, actually sharpens your own understanding before the response even arrives. This is a well-documented phenomenon in cognitive science called the protege effect. Teaching forces clarity, and clarity is where solutions live. Here's what most AI productivity takes miss entirely. The bottleneck didn't disappear, it moved. AI is extraordinarily good at generating plausible, well-structured hypotheses. It has read more documentation than any human ever will. But it has never shipped your product, never worked within your team's constraints, never felt the pressure of your production environment at 2 a.m. Evaluating which plausible answer is actually correct. That is now the primary engineering skill. Engineers tend to polarize around AI outputs in one of two directions. The first camp reflexively rejects suggestions, dismissing them as hallucinated noise, and burns time rederiving answers they could have evaluated in seconds. The second camp accepts outputs uncritically and ships bugs with supreme confidence. Both postures are costly. The engineers who thrive are the ones who hold openness and skepticism simultaneously, which turns out to be a genuinely difficult and trainable skill. The mental model that changes everything. AI as a brilliant, deeply well-read junior engineer who has absorbed every textbook, every paper, every forum thread, but has never actually taken anything to production. You wouldn't ignore that person. You also wouldn't hand them the deploy button. You'd listen carefully, ask probing questions, weight their input heavily in theory and lightly in context. That calibrated relationship is exactly what productive AI collaboration looks like. The real ROI of AI-assisted engineering isn't the answers it gives you, it's the stuck time it eliminates. Every hour not spent in the documentation maze or the Stack Overflow scroll is an hour available for architectural decisions, code review, mentorship, and the kind of systems thinking that actually differentiates senior engineers. AI didn't replace the thinking, it cleared the runway so the thinking could happen faster and more often. Every engineer who has genuinely integrated AI into their workflow has a version of this story, the moment a tool outpaced them at something they were confident in. That discomfort is real and it matters, but the engineers who let that sting sharpen them rather than harden them are the ones building better systems a month later. The question was never whether AI would change how engineering feels. It already has. The question is whether you will adapt your identity to match the new landscape.